All right. So we're here talking about cereal today. I eat a lot of cereal. When I was a kid, I'd eat it for breakfast before school, and I would also eat it at night before I went to bed. Bedtime snack. Gotta have some cereal. So I've eaten a lot of different types of cereal as well. And definitely as I've gotten older, my taste has evolved. Because when you're a kid, you just want sugar coated sugar bombs, and that's it. But this is where we're at now. So D being I would probably eat something else. C is it's not bad, but it's not something I want all the time. B, pretty solid. A, absolutely going for. And S, 100% my favorite cereals of all time. So starting out with Apple Jacks. Apple Jacks are good. Apple Jacks are real good. It's gonna be a hard list. But it's not one that I buy anymore. It's one of those ones like every once in a while I'll be like, oh, Apple Jacks. So I think I'm gonna start Apple Jacks at B. And this is subject to change. This is just based off of as I go, and maybe as I'm rating it, I might be like, no, this needs to drop. So bear with me. Can I organize these? Oh, snap. Okay. I just want to kind of try to get everything together the same. So Captain Crunch and Captain Crunch Berries. It is 100% straight Ginsu knives on the roof of your mouth. But honestly, I really like regular Captain Crunch. Crunch Berries is probably next, and then Peanut Butter Crunch. I think that would be my order for the Captain Crunches. Peanut Butter Crunch is good. It's not one that I really like. The berries is okay. It's kind of a little bit too sweet. But just regular peanut butter, or just regular Captain Crunch, bomb. Cheerios. I don't like Cheerios. And Honey Nut Cheerios are better than Cheerios, but still not one that I'm like, I gotta have this. And I know it's gonna upset some of my friends because my buddy Chris loves Honey Nut Cheerios. Not for me. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Because of the milk. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the cereal itself, I'm not crazy about. And there are cereals that I will add like sugar to or add cinnamon to. Like Rice Krispies. Rice Krispies with a little like spoonful of sugar over top of it and just like a hit of cinnamon. No. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the cereal itself, I don't really like super care for, but the milk afterward, honestly, like I'm thinking B. But the milk afterwards, I'm going A. I'll fuck up some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cocoa Puffs, I'm not cuckoo for. I'm not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm not a big chocolate guy. And Cocoa Puffs just aren't the play. Cookie Crisp, if I were still 7 years old, S+. But now, D. It's too sweet. I'm not a big cookie guy in general. So I'm not going for it. Corn Flakes. This may surprise some people, but I'm going B. I grew up not necessarily the most wealthiest, and so like every once in a while we would get like Captain Crunch or Reese's Puffs or Trix or whatever. Like we'd get one really good box of cereal, and then we'd probably get a couple boxes of just kind of cereal. Like it's food. It's something that we can eat. It's not expensive. So I would go hard, mash through a box of whatever sugar-coated sugar bomb cereal that I could find. And then my mom would always get Lucky Charms, and those were hers. You can't touch Lucky Charms. If that was the box of cereal that I chose, I have my box of Lucky Charms, and she has her box of Lucky Charms. Once mine's gone, you're back to Corn Flakes. And so I ate a lot of Corn Flakes growing up, and I don't mind them. Probably because I ate so much of them. Like, Corn Flakes isn't a bad cereal to me. I like Corn Flakes more than I like Peanut Butter Crunch. And I know that's heresy to some people, but it is what it is. Eggo waffle cereal. I had a buddy who had this stuff at his house, and every time I stayed the night, this is what I'd have. And it kind of reminds me of that a little bit, but I recently bought a couple boxes of this. Just, you know, it's like, oh, I haven't seen this in years. I'm gonna buy it. I destroyed those boxes in like maybe 4 days flat, and I'm talking like 3 or 4 boxes. Like, I went in on these things, but they're not one that I get all the time. So A tier. Fruit Loops has always been one of my favorite cereals of all time, and I'm reluctant to put it as an S tier because a buddy of mine sent me a GIF, and maybe it was a video, I don't know, to a group chat of a couple of us buddies that unfortunately features Fruit Loops and the hindquarters of someone, and I haven't had Fruit Loops since. It's rough. If you're curious, just go Google Fruit Loops and your posterior body part, and I'm sure you probably can find it. It's not a good time. Don't do that to yourself. So, shy of that, I'm going to A. I do like Fruit Loops. Last time I was in California, my parents had Fruit Loops. Destroyed like 2 bowls of it, no problem. Frosted Flakes, instant easy S tier. There's no conversation even to be had. It's super good. It's like cornflakes on steroids. It's got the sugar that cornflakes doesn't have. The milk, phenomenal. I went to Mexico 3 times in my life, and every time I've gone to Mexico and go to like a random like grocery store type thing, look in their cereal aisle, I don't recognize a single one of them. But Frosted Flakes, Zucaritas, every time, without fail. So even Mexico, and I was like in like broke Mexico. I was like doing a mission trip with my church, so we were going down there like help build houses, give out clothes, stuff like that. Like we were in the slums, and they had Frosted Flakes. So easy. Fruity Pebbles. There's nothing that compares to Fruity Pebbles. They get super soggy, and it's just great. I don't like soggy cereal. I usually am pretty quick about eating my cereal, but Fruity Pebbles, no, nothing. Moving on. Golden Grams, I'm gonna go C. One of those ones that I've had. They're not bad. Can't say I go out of my way to buy them. Same with Honey Nut Cheerios. The only reason they're really in the house, my roommate. Peanut Butter Crunch. The only reason it's in the house, my wife. You know, no, I'm gonna go Golden Grams D because we don't buy them. Nobody here is like, oh, that's what I want. This is a easy S. Honey Bunches of Oats. I like the Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds, but I will also still smash Honey Bunches of Oats regular. No problem. No problem. Honeycombs. I'm gonna go with B. Honeycombs aren't bad. There's another cereal. I think it's the Eggo ones. I think it's the same. These two are like the exact same thing, but this just has a different coating to it, like that maple flavoring that makes it that much better. But Honeycombs, great time. These Honey O's? I don't even know what that is, so I'm just gonna say it's probably like a knockoff. I mean, it's Post, so it's probably their Honey Nut Cheerios. Nope. Honey Smacks. I don't see it anywhere on the list of options, but Golden Grams, fucking dumb. What are they called? Honey Smacks and the one with the bear. I don't know. I can't think of the name of it. But for me, B tier. I really like those. What the frick are they called? What is the Honeygram?
According to Mandley's.
What is the other Honey Smacks cereal with the bear?
According to Wikipedia,
Golden
Crisp
Crisps.
is a breakfast cereal.
Golden Crisps. Those and Honey Smacks are so freaking good. You know, no, those are going out. Those are A tier, 100%. Those are, oh, I love those. I don't get them very often, but when I do, I go in on those. I'm about those ones. Kicks? Nah, never was a Kicks kid. Not me. Crave, if this is what I'm thinking of, that's like kind of like a almost like a pizza roll, like that kind of same shape, like with like stuffed filling, and it's like s'mores or something like that. I didn't like it. It was way too sweet. The flavor was terrible. Life S plus. Cinnamon Life S plus plus. Same thing. Cinnamon Life's really good, but it wasn't always what was on sale, so it wasn't always what we got. But I just learned to just throw a little bit of cinnamon in there with your life and then pour your milk over it. Golden Cinnamon Life. A great one. Lucky Charms, I'm gonna go with B. The flavor, phenomenal. The little like, even the little things, it's like not the like the marshmallows. Obviously, the marshmallows are amazing. The little like, I don't even know what you call that. The cereal pieces that aren't marshmallow. I keep wanting to say bread, but it's not really bread. It kind of is. It's like a toast. Anyways, those little things, I like those a lot. Like more than I do the marshmallows. So the whole thing's pretty good. And then again, the milk at the end is great. But I wasn't allowed to eat it a lot as a kid because it was my mom's. So B. Not bad, not great. Frosted Mini Wheats is another one that's on my A tier. I ate a lot of it as a kid. And even to this day, just still a solid, super filling, super good for you. Like as far as like the energy and everything throughout the day, it's a solid first meal of the day. It's not one that I like to eat before bed because it's kind of heavy, and I feel kind of like, oh. Oreo O's, I really liked these as a kid, but I feel like a couple years back I bought a box of them and they were just way too much for me nowadays. So I'm gonna go with C. It's not bad. Pops. My biological father loved this cereal, so he always had it, and so I ate a lot of it while I was doing there because that was mainly what he would stock his shelves with when I split time between him and my mom. And so I would eat a decent amount of it, but it wasn't anything crazy. So Raisin Bran. You've got Raisin Bran, 2 scoops ahead, and Raisin Bran Crunch. Raisin Bran, it's alright. Ain't great, but it's alright. Raisin Bran 2 scoops, pretty good, but same thing, just it's alright, just more raisins. But Raisin Bran Crunch is S+++++. It is by far my absolute favorite cereal of all time at this point. I've got like 4 boxes of it on top of my fridge right now. Like, I love Raisin Bran Crunch. That is absolutely numero uno. Like, it is the top of the charts. Special K. What is this? Red Berries. I like Special K Vanilla Almond a lot. I would say S tier for the Vanilla Almond, but not for the Red Berry. The Red Berry, the standard, the chocolate, the yogurt one's not bad, but just still, yeah, like, but only Vanilla Almond, S tier. All the rest of them, D tier, absolutely. I hate regular Special K, but Vanilla Almond is just something amazing. Reese's Puff, same thing, no question. Rice Krispies, I would probably say B, because same thing. Rice Krispies by themselves are not great, but you take a spoonful of sugar, pour it over top of it. I've even messed around and even tried the whole life hack with a little bit of cinnamon in there. Pretty good. Pretty good. Trix is the biggest disappointment of my life. Trix was my all-time favorite cereal growing up. And then they changed it to like the little like circle puff balls, and it just tanked to D. Recently they've brought it back to where now it has the shapes and stuff, and I don't know if it's placebo or what, but I think it tastes better than it did when it was the puff balls. I remember reading something online that really made me sit and cry in my room for like an hour. That what if the reason that the Reese's or the tricks don't look like the little like fruits anymore, and they look like just the round things, is because you're not a kid anymore, and tricks are for kids. And that really upset me. That shit hit hard. But tricks, all in all, I'm gonna throw at a B. There was a dark period, but things seem to be back now. But I still don't get them super often. And Wheaties would be an F. Out of this D list, I think Wheaties is by far the most terrible thing on this list. And that's below Cheerios. I hate Cheerios. It was another one that we had that was kind of like cornflakes, but I'd always eat the cornflakes, and my dad and my sister would eat the Cheerios. I hate Cheerios. But Wheaties is rough. And so out of this, I'm going to drop these down. So, I mean, oops. We've got my current list. I'm going to drop all these down here. And I'm going to re-tier my top two. Sure, whatever. Okay, out of my S list, so my S pluses, we're going to do it from S to B. Frosted Flakes, for me, is going to be, out of that list, I'm going to go with a B. It's really good, but it's not like the best of the best. Same with Fruity Pebbles. I'm going to go here for Fruity Pebbles. I would rather have Fruity Pebbles than Frosted Flakes. Life, I'm going to drop down to the same as Frosted Flakes. Honey Bunches of Oats is going to stay top. Raisin Bran Crunch is going to stay top. And Special K Vanilla Almond is going to go B. Reese's Puffs going to go A. So these two, Raisin Bran Crunch and Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds, are absolutely, I buy every time. And will eat any chance that I have. I love those two cereals. And it's crazy because, like, again, as a kid, like, I was all about the sugary cereals, which is where Fruity Pebbles and Reese's Puff come in. We didn't have Reese's Puff a lot as a kid, but when we did, ooh, child. I was excited for bedtime because then I could eat a bowl of cereal of that. And same thing with Fruity Pebbles. That's been one of the constants, kind of like Trix. Trix was really up there for a while, but Fruity Pebbles has been one that, ever since I was just a wee little Lottie, that's been my go-to. So that's my list, and I'm sticking to it.